Yo everyone! We are back of Trails Through Daybreak 2. Gotta start from the title screen. We did enter a new area after all. Well, a new act? A new chapter within an act? I mean, we are in a new act, so I guess that just kind of works. Just had to start from there. Last time, we got to Lawnport, and we did a lot. We went to the second district, there was a bunch of stuff with Ahoy, Fawn got arrested, Guillen's almost dead. Sadly, he didn't actually go the full way, but hey, sometimes it's gotta take it as it comes. Between last time and this one, I have dealt with basically every NPC, and I forgot we actually have movies to watch, so that's why I'm starting here.
Allow me to assist. Purchase
a ticket. We already got this. I do appreciate that they go like, yeah, you've already gotten the pamphlet, but we do have the Saga of Ravana. Let's see, we got Aaron, we'll bring Aaron and Rosette. Oh crap, wallet's empty, so much for that. Fuck, I'm broke! I forgot I'm turbo broke, whoops! Alright, there we go, I had to sell some shit, but hey, it worked. Took me a minute there. Luckily, the interior of all these places looks the same. Or does it? Was there wooden backs to the chairs before? Long ago in the Central East, there lived a cruel, heartless king named Valen, who sat upon the throne of an ancient kingdom. He laid heavy taxes on his people, and all who opposed him were met with the executioner's blade. He ruled his kingdom with an iron fist. Around the same time, a hardy country boy named Sindhu met a warrior by the name of Kiara, who managed to escape from the capital. She was Valen's half-sister, and when she informed Sindhu of Valen's misdeeds, he knew he could stand by the wayside no longer. Whoopsie. After bidding farewell to his adoptive parents who raised him after he was abandoned, he set out for the capital together with Kiara. Along the way, the pair crossed paths with an old knight who seceded from the royal army. Goodness. I keep thinking I know how to read these lines. I get so focused on the line reads that I don't actually read half of it. Sindhu learned the truth of his past. He was the legitimate successor to the throne, and Valen stole his rightful place as king. The dastard! After his birth, he was nearly assassinated over his claim to the kingdom, but was able to escape with the help of his nanny. Armed with the determination to reclaim the throne, Sindhu returned to the capital at long last. As the royal army laid eyes on the gallant swordsman on horseback, they saw Sindhu as the physical manifestation of Ravana, a mythical god. Hey, and that leads us to the prison. Bring out the CG.
Let those who have ears hear my words, and those who have eyes behold my face. My name is Sindhu, true heir to the throne.
If you do not wish to perish, we beseech you, clear the way.
My king, the front lines have been breached.
Worry not. What can this rabble hope to accomplish?
Yes, what can they hope to
17 years ago,
do?
that boy escaped the hand of fate. But one can only outrun it for so long.
You disgust me. To think that I share a bloodline with such a vile monster.
True.
That won't hold true after today, because your life ends here.
A pathetic delusion for a pathetic traitor. The gallows are much too merciful an end for one such as you.
Hey, whoa.
I shall send you to the great beyond with my own hands.
A man's character is determined by what he chooses to protect. You chose poorly, Valen. And that choice will be your undoing.
Yeah, get him. And then they're walking and they're like, damn, that was kind of cool. Too bad I don't know anything about history. There we be. If you ask me what my favorite scenes were, I'd say the ones where the enemy soldiers were sent flying. The story was simple enough. Guess Gotti's not the only one who knows how to make a crowd pleaser. Had a little bit of everything. Action, romance, and comedy. Even some song and dance numbers that came out of nowhere. That film was the whole package and then some. The costumes were flashy and colorful, and it was littered with fantastic special effects. Must have cost the studio a pretty mirror to produce it. Elsa must be doing really well for themselves, unlike a certain cheapskate boss I know. If that's your pitch for a raise, just know it ain't. It's going straight into the trash. I believe they made use of one of Elsheim's epic poems as the motif for the movie. Seeing how well put together the production was makes one wonder how much the film industry will grow in Elsheim from here. I heard a lot of different companies from there played a big hand in the making of this movie, even though Vegas Films is the lead producer. Ah, I see. That would certainly explain the high production values. I wonder why the theater in Trian Mall isn't showing this movie. Well, Valis Investment Bank is the Trian Mall's biggest sponsor, so I'm guessing that has something to do with it. Hey, it looks like they're selling... Dude, imagine if I didn't have the cash for that after I'm so broke. That would have been painful. It would have been possible, too. Just be like, damn, I'm too broke. Have to get it some other time. That would have been such a hyper-specific thing to happen, but it would have been so fucked up. Oh, man, that would have sucked. We have quite a bit in... Yeah, we've got some stuff in almost every place, so we can deal with the main plot here. Just gotta take a gander over this survey. Whoa.
Welcome.
Was this always here? Maybe it was. Deal with that. Let's check the shop. Lady in the kimono is so pretty. Kimono. Oh, God. Oh, God. It isn't... They didn't reuse that outfit, did they?
Please,
it's not
come again.
Lucrezia. Surely. Oh, my fucking God, it is. Out of all people.
Well, well. If it isn't the Spriggan and his adorable little assistants. Fancy meeting you here.
I mean, I expected you to show up at some point. They wouldn't just show you off last game and then have you not show up in this one.
Huh?
Interesting.
And you are?
Wait, I know that voice.
The hell are you doing here? Enforcer number 3, the golden butterfly?
Anytime they just say, Enforcer number whatever, insert title here. Like, it always kills me.
Oh, please. Call me Lucrezia. Or even Retzi, if you so wish. I certainly wouldn't mind.
She's just out here chilling. Are those your only casual
You're that
outfit?
lady from Ouroboros.
Is that your only casual outfit that you just got for your visit to Lonlai?
Careful, everyone. As you well know, she's one of the strongest members of the society.
Well, up there. Strongest, it depends on what your definition of strongest is, because there's some beasts probably above her.
Oh, there's no need to be so tense. We're all friends here, are we not? Why don't you join me for some tea? This restaurant's beverages are simply to die for.
And then we do. I didn't even recognize you at first. We have not seen you without the black veil that masks your face. Yeah, but I have. She had on that exact same kimono when I ran into her in Lonlai. It's not as though I have a pressing need to hide my face. I just think it looks rather stylish, as does this kimono. It may not match the style of dress popular in Lonport and Lonlai, but I think it suits me rather nicely. Wouldn't you agree? Hate to admit it, but yeah, I do. So, what are you doing in a public place like this anyway? Since the end of last year, we haven't heard anything about the society. Not even a peep. I thought that'd mean you'd pulled out of the Republic, but I guess that was wishful thinking. I mean, oh wait, no, duh. Yeah, no, that was the other side. We saw Walter on the other side with Elaine, but they haven't actually seen Walter. There is no need to worry. We aren't planning anything, at least not at present. You say that, and yet the Eternal Recurrence plan is clearly underway, so... I am actually here of my own accord. We enforcers are afforded a great deal of freedom. As long as we do not interfere with the society's overall aims, we can do whatever we please and go wherever we want. You're joking. I did hear enforcers had ample autonomy, but I'm having trouble comprehending how the society can function with such a measure in place. That particular perk is only extended to enforcers. The Anguists do not have that luxury. Unfortunately, this is not a pleasure trip in full. I had to take on a rather troublesome assignment. Oh, perhaps I could request your services, like we did just before the Erasion death game. You want our help again? Sorry, but the answer's no. Our interests aren't aligned this time, and frankly, I don't want to get wrapped up in your bullshit. You might not be as bad as the Oathbreaker, but that doesn't make us friends. My. You don't mince words, do you? Very well then. I suppose you do seem to have your hands full, so I won't force the issue. Glad you're so understanding. Now we'll be taking our leave. Oh, I nearly forgot. There was something I wanted to show you. What do you make of this? What? A pedal? Yesterday, there was a minor disturbance at a high-class restaurant in the 2nd Ward. It piqued my interest, so I took a look around and found this line in the corner. It's a shining piece of grass. It's not like pleroma grass or anything, is it? I think it's quite pretty, but I have not seen a flower like this in the area. Well, they are specifying flowers, so maybe not. Perhaps it got attached to the soles of someone's shoe and fell off? Yeah, maybe so. I get that this isn't exactly a request, but I'll be honest. I ain't exactly a flower expert. Don't expect a report or anything, alright? Of course. Thank you. Until we meet again, Spriggan. Interesting. As I'll talk to her again. Being asked to find someone so exceptionally good at hiding is such a burden. Although, given the situation, I understand why they deemed me fit to the task. I'll have to give them a stern scolding when I find them. Or perhaps a scalding would be more appropriate. You're kinda crazy, lady. Situation in the highway. Alright. I guess that's everything here. On to the next district. I say, as we're actually going on to a side quest. I take it you're the one who put out the 4 SPG? Something about trouble with the cooking competition, was it? Oh, you were here yesterday. I didn't realize you were a Spriggan. I see you brought the Prodigy along as well. It's nice to meet you, Aaron. Yeah, I had to stop and work part-time for the guy. Anyway, I've heard a good bit about you too, Mation. Word around town was that a really skilled lady took over this place 2 years ago. You've managed to brush off pressure from the Lai family. Really? That's so cool. That's because my big sister's a Teji Chushin. Oh, I've heard that's the highest rank a chef of Eastern cuisine can reach. Tian, you always make such a fuss over nothing. You know how I feel about all those big titles. You know, I actually think I've been here before. I remember there was an old man running the place back then. Told me his eldest daughter was in training over at the restaurant in Kowloon Hotel. I'm guessing you're the daughter he was talking about. The old man must be pretty proud. Now there's some praise I do like to hear. Would you mind if we got back to the matter of my request, though? By all means. But I'll admit, this cooking combination doesn't sound like the kind of thing you need a Spriggan for. Great lawn pork cook-off, huh? All the restaurants in the area are free to participate. I've been to it a few times myself. Was actually planning on going to this year's competition too. With all the trouble you're around here lately, it'd be nice to have something to lift our spirits and take our minds off things. There's another side to it too, though. The elders who support each restaurant use it as a competition to maintain their standing. As it stands now, the head chief at Taoyuan restaurant, which is currently closed, has been invited. So has the new food truck in Newtown. Taoyuan restaurant. That's the place we were at when we found the remnants of the Lai family. I'm surprised to hear that they'll be participating. It sounds so exciting, especially with so many people involved. Honestly, I'm a little nervous about it all. You see, the usual event space isn't available this time around, so they asked to hold it here instead. It was supposed to be at the Kowloon Hotel. However, with all the issues that have cropped up recently, they decided to opt out of out of participating. And with me trying to get ready to enter the competition myself, I'm about at my wit's end. I was hoping that maybe you could help me out a bit. Does that sound like something you could do? Let me think. Oh, well, who am I kidding? I'm gonna take this. Need the cash. How else am I gonna pay for all my sweets? Alright, we'll take your case. Considering the whole deal with Hayway, we're probably the best people for the job anyway. Oh, you're a lifesaver. Now I really have to put my all into this year's competition. Could you explain a bit more about what you'd like us to help you with? Of course. Well, firstly, with the Liu family's trading business having gone under, several places have been unable to stock enough imported ingredients. From what I've heard, Guihua... Oh my god, there's so many words I don't know how to pronounce. You know what? I'm just gonna let those slide. Oh man. Been just fine. Food truck seems to be doing more than fine. I knew I could count on you, Tian Tian. Thank you for looking into it for me. As for our place, I believe we have what we need for the time being. However, if at all possible, there is one thing I was hoping you might find for me. Oh, what would that be? It's a slightly unusual type of liaojiao by the name of Tian Feng Huan. Oh my god, kill me now. Listen, I can handle Japanese names. Chinese ones are a bit outside of my purview, lady. The person who ran the brewery passed a while ago, and they closed down not long after. It's become quite a collector's item. Not sure how many bottles of it are even left now, but I just know it'd be perfect for the dish I'm planning to make. Got it. We'll see if we can manage. Thank you. If it ends up costing anything, I'll take care of the fees, so please feel free to tell them to put it on my tab. And even if you can't find it, I can still make do. So try not to worry too much. Okay. You kind of made it sound like there were more issues than not having enough ingredients, though. Well, it's a bit hard to explain, but it almost seems like there's someone trying to sabotage the competition. In fact, just this morning I found some of the cooking wine in our pantry smashed to pieces. Wouldn't be surprised if Tao Yuan's head chef was behind it all. Guess we better go see what the other participants have to say. Okay? Get me out of here.
Support, Mr. Arkwright.
It's a bit cold and I have a bit of a headache, so excuse me if my deliveries on stuff are a bit different than usual. Yeah. I'm even skipping ahead because my hands are indeed in my stuff right now. Isn't that the lady? Is she a friend of yours? Nah, but I've heard about her. I think she's a hostess over at Tao Yuan restaurant. You get where you're going with this. The head chef is supposed to be taking part in the cook-off, so let's go see if she knows something. I'm not gonna voice you. You're not that important. Should have figured a hostess for a Lai family restaurant would be in the know. Not really a little boy anymore, but whatever. Just got a couple of questions I'd like to ask you. Promise we're not looking for a fight. We were just curious about the head chef at the restaurant. We hear he got an invitation to the Great Lawnport Cook-Off. Let's see. Excited about it. Sorry, it's actually colder than I expected tonight. I should have put on a coat or something. My nose is a bit cold. Wow, he must be really fired up for it. Takes a lot of pride in being a chef at one of Lawnport's finest establishments. He's feeling a bit let down by the closure. While we're on the topic, do you happen to know if he's run into any issues while preparing for the competition? Odd that it isn't showing a portrait here or anything. That's a rarity. Feeling a lot of pressure lately because of everything that's happened with the Lai family. I see. That makes sense. We're just doing what we can to support the cook-off. So please tell him to give us a holler if he needs anything. Okay. And then we need to go back to Newtown, is it? Guess so.
What are we waiting for?
I don't know. What are we waiting for? Here we are. Mr. Arkwright, what brings you to our humble establishment today? We heard you were planning on participating in the Great Lawnport Cook-Off. Mason asked us if we wouldn't mind helping you out. I see. Always so selfless, that one. I'm a little surprised that you guys are going to be taking part, though. Sounds like the different houses in Hayway have a bit of a stake in this whole thing. Well, you do make a fair point. But we didn't want to let Mei Xin down after she's put so much effort into putting on the event. She really has a way with people, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. She seems to do a lot for the community. Anyway, she mentioned that you guys are having trouble getting your hands on certain ingredients. I suppose that about sums up the situation. Trying to figure out if we can make substitutes, but we haven't been able to obtain any Jade Dragon's Eye. I'm afraid I haven't heard of that ingredient before. Top brand of Lone Gun fruit. Sure. Are we talking Logias or something? Like, this is stuff out of my purview yet again. I know Lone Gun fruit. It's the stuff they always put in the Eastern medicine. All I need is some high quality Lone Gun then. Easy. If it's used in medicine, then maybe there's a stock of them reserved for medicinal use somewhere. Well, high quality. Let's see. Mess with your food. Rather minor, all things said and done. Mess with the plumbing. With the Mario Brothers saying plumbing's a game, we're not like the others who get all the fame. If you think us in trouble, you can call us on the double. Whatever. Faster than the others, you'll be hooked from the brush to the brand. Yeah, da 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 da. Sorry, sometimes when the dialogue is simple enough, I just kind of have to make some filler stuff to be like, yeah, I get it. Oh, you. We're talking to you, too. Step right up, everyone. Don't be shy. I've prepared plenty, so come and get as many as you like. I never get tired of that flavor. Ay. Might have been better than palatial duck. Looks like business is booming. This must be the new food truck Mei Xin mentioned. Just looking at it makes me hungry. Since we're here now, do you think maybe we could grab some too? To be honest, I've been wanting to try 'em myself. Sure, don't see why not. Band's group moved to the back of the line. Luckily, they had avoided coming during the lunch rush. Just had to wait a few minutes. Not too familiar with this new Eastern cuisine, actually. Got any recommendations? I'd say our most popular dish right now is our Millennium Duck. We use traditional palatial duck as the inspiration for a recipe. But prepping duck takes a lot of work and it can get pretty expensive, right? So, after years of hard work and research, we've come up with something even tastier than the original, and without having to break the bank. You know, I've had real palatial duck over at the Colon Hotel's restaurant before. It sounds like it could be pretty great if it actually holds up. Palatial duck? The name makes it sound so expensive. It's nice that we get to try something like that on the cheap. At first, I thought it was some form of Eastern crepe, but it seems to be stuffed lao bean that's been folded like a taco. Given how simple it is to eat on the go, I can see why it would be so popular. Guess that's part of what makes it taste so good. Okay, we'll have one each then. Thank you for your business. Enjoy. By the way, I heard that you're going to be taking part in that cook-off that's coming up. A friend asked us to help out with it a bit. Think you could use our assistance? I see. That's awful kind of you, but no, I can't really think of anything at the moment. And I'm sorry, but it looks like I've got other customers waiting. Would you mind stepping to the side? Ah, sure. Sorry about that. We'll get out of your hair for now. Whoa, the stuff really is good. The meat's so tender too. Surprised its prices are so low. Even the skin's all nice and crispy. Really gives off that authentic palatial duck texture. Yes, the spices he used give it a very distinct flavor. It certainly leaves you wanting more. What's the matter, small fry? Don't care for it? No, it's not that. It's definitely tasty. I don't know how to put it, really. Well, don't mind me. I think the herbs he used just don't agree with my stomach, that's all. That's odd. Yo, can you give me some of that? Just pass it through the screen real quick. For real, for real? Well, we got two things in this district. This district, I suppose. Good lord. Wilson Van & Company, how can I help you? Mei Shin tells us you're going to be competing in the cooking competition. She wants us to come check on you. That girl is such a sweetheart, always looking out for others. You could stand to learn a thing or two from her, Wuhan. Of course, dear. I'll be sure to do just that. Anyway, she said you guys were running a little low on some ingredients. I was hoping we could do something a bit more expensive for my competing dish. I wanted to get my hands on some fresh red crab, but the seafood traders seem to be out right now. Red crab meat is used quite often in Eastern cuisine, isn't it? I hear it carries a high price tag because it can only be found in a very few select locations. In the West, it's also known as carmine crab. Wow, that's a pretty fancy choice for a restaurant like yours. But I guess what you're saying is that due to the Liu family's trading being frozen, they're in low supply right now. Exactly. There are some other suppliers around here that we're friends with, but they're fresh out too. And to hear them tell it, someone came in and bought out their whole stock. Bought out their whole stock? Maybe that's what Mei Shin meant by sabotage. It's possible. In this case, I think we can help them out if we just find another way to get some crab. Look into the supply shortages on our end. If anything else comes up, please let us know. Just try and focus on your cooking for the time being. That's all four. 3 of them seem to be dealing with interferences. Only ones that were lacking ingredients did ask us to obtain a bottle of... Okay. Those Shade Dragon Eyes probably rely on someone with high medical. Okay, it's basically just getting like, yeah, we're going everywhere. So the game's just gonna be sending me to like a million fucking places again. Oh wait, it's all in the second ward though. Anyways, we're already... Oh wait, never mind. 2 of them are here. I'm an idiot. Let's start this side quest since we're already here. You're the Minho that sent out the 4 SPG request? And looks like you've got higher end with you too. Yes, I'm Minho with Red Star. Thank you for coming, Spriggan. I see you have brought Aaron along as well. That's very encouraging. Hell yeah, man. With me on board, it's always smooth sailing. Anyway, what's this I hear about the dragon chariot going missing? It's over the main plaza up till recently, wasn't it? I have a question actually. What exactly is a dragon chariot?
Oh, right. I suppose if you're not from Lawnport, you probably wouldn't be too familiar with it. It's a yearly tradition, kind of a symbolic thing. Every year, the most influential person in Hayway invests large sums of mira into prepping a high-class luxury car to put on display. Then they show it off at the Lunar New Year Festival to impress anyone with eyes. It's to make sure everyone knows how rich and powerful Hayway is. I hear in the old days they used to do it with boats and ox carts. Ever since Red Star came around, though, luxury orbital cars have been the staple. After the festival, it gets toured around to every location you can think of before eventually being auctioned off.
Auctioned off? Then I suppose the Eastern Theta serves as the auction house.
That's correct. In fact, the Dragon Chariot was supposed to be brought into the theater today. We were actually just having a meeting about it. Unfortunately, just as we were getting ready to proceed, it disappeared. If we don't do something, our company will be out a huge investment. And that's not even to mention how much it will inconvenience our partners in Hayway. Is there any way you could enlist in services to help retrieve the Dragon Chariot? Well, what do you say, old man? Let's see.
Yeah, why not?
Alright, we'll take the case. Hayway's not really in a place to deal with this right now. And I've had my fair share of experience with stuff like this. Besides, as a casual fan of orbital cars myself, I want to see whoever stole that beauty brought to justice. Casual fan, he says. But I'm with you. We can't just let some two-bait thieves get away with someone like this. I appreciate you doing us this kindness. To be honest, I was a bit worried you might not take the case. It's an incredibly expensive vehicle, after all. If you don't manage to get it back, Red Star will be at a huge financial loss.
This may not be relevant to the investigation, but exactly how much is the Dragon Chariot worth? Let's see, yada yada, ornamental.
30 million mira.
30 million mira? I can't believe someone would pay so much for a single car.
When it comes to time to auction, the highest bidding price usually goes well beyond the original value. There's no doubt the thieves would have been able to make a rather significant profit from it.
I imagine they meant to use the money to fund their criminal activities. From a risk management perspective, this case seems absolutely critical.
Alright, first things first, I need you two to tell me all the details, yada yada.
Red Star crew started moving it into the theater around 5 hours ago, after which decided to leave. Prevented it from being a proper eye on the chariot. Started bringing the car in. The revenue service decided to bring it in for audit.
An audit from the revenue services, huh? So that's how it all ties together. Right after Fan Lu just got arrested on false charges of tax evasion. Makes sense the other businessmen would start being suspected of fraud too. We gotta admit, the timing's pretty suspicious.
Yes, it's hard to believe it's a coincidence. Either the criminal knew the revenue services exact schedule, or perhaps...
Don't you think you should give them more clear instructions? You guys were the ones in charge, after all. Either way, wouldn't be a bad idea to ask around inside the theater.
You have my support, Mr.
Alright,
Arkwright.
sorry, it took a second to get started. Honestly, I'm kind of... I don't know how I feel right now. I feel in a weird state because my nose feels cold. Like, I'm feeling a bit stuffy, but I also am a bit hungry right now, and I could go for something to eat. But I didn't record last night, so I really want to get this recording out. It kind of feels like an obligation almost. And these are side quests. We're not really doing anything serious today, I'm pretty sure, aside like the Lucrezia stuff and maybe one other thing.
Sup, Fuka? Sorry to bug you.
Aaron, what can I do for you? Actually, those people with you, aren't they?
Yeah, we just have a few questions we'd like to ask you. You heard about the dragon chariot being stolen, right?
Yes, I have, in fact. I even gave them a bit of a hand when they were bringing it in. But I'm sorry, I really don't have any idea when it was taken.
Even the smallest detail you can remember might help us. You notice if anything fell off that time?
I guess there was one thing, although I might just be overthinking it. About 3 hours ago, someone from Red Star came back to the theater with a big truck. I assumed he came by just to do some initial servicing, but I was so busy at the time, I wasn't able to pay him much attention. That certainly does sound strange. After all, according to Mr. Minho, the crew left the theater about 4 hours ago. Even if they had forgotten to take care of something, it would be unusual to send a single person without informing anyone beforehand.
And Minho had his hands full with the revenue service right before the actual Red Star crew left. That would have been the best time to get the car out with anyone noticing. Yeah, my bet's on this Red Star guy she saw being a fake. If he played the part well enough, nobody would blink an eye if he stole the car.
I'm so sorry. If I had paid more attention, this wouldn't have happened.
Nah, it's not your fault, Fuka. Say hi to Mitsuru, won't ya? Still, don't you think a truck big enough to haul the dragon chariot would stand out in a place like Lawnport? Got a feeling they hid it somewhere. Must have been a pain in the ass finding a place that could fit it all.
Maybe someone involved in transporting goods might know something.
Now that I think about it, that delivery guy, Anthony, runs mail all over Newtown. He's probably got a few contacts in the shipping industry. Wouldn't be surprised if he knows something.
Let's get going then. Yet again. This is not the right way. What else I got? I got some routes over here I can take. Not the most ideal, but hey. Oh, we get to go to the church. Let's see, I wouldn't be able to make the dish without him. Give us the spares, thank you. Ah, brother. Extremely grateful for your assistance, sir. Been recruited to help with the contest. It's odd. Usually I'm not... Usually I feel like not voicing this stuff as much when I'm not feeling... Or when my throat's out of whack, but my throat's like the one thing of me that is in whack right now. That's some unfortunate timing. Still, I'm surprised they'd run out so suddenly. Main Shao made it sound like he had plenty when we were there. In any case, we've been asked to deal with any problems that might pop up during the cook-off. We'll do anything in our power to make sure it goes as smoothly as possible. So try it and relax and enjoy yourself. Alright, next stop. Hey Jigen, mind if I ask you a little favor? Let's see. Fine for vintage wines. I get it now. Guess it wouldn't be too surprising for him to have a bottle lying around. Whoa, that's where you're looking for. You're kidding. Do me any good to lie about it. Yeah, I've actually got 3. The only thing is, I bought them for myself. Wasn't exactly planning on selling them off. Ah, come on, man. If you got 3, why not suck it up and sell us one? I didn't buy 3 because I was planning to sell any. One was to drink, one was to keep in storage, and the last one was for spreading the good word. I'm gonna be real with you here for a minute. I love cake, but even I don't buy extra for storing and proselytizing. But be honest, man. If you knew they wouldn't go bad, you totally would. Anyway, if you've got one for spreading the word, then this seems like a good opportunity, don't you think? Come on, share the love, buddy. Huh, what do you mean? See, the Great Lawn Port Cook-Off is coming up. Mason wants that wine to use for her entry. She wins using her spare might be a good run on the stuff. That's true. If there's good enough publicity, maybe someone might consider investing in rebuilding the brewery. I see. I hadn't thought of it that way. Alright, you lot have convinced me. But I'm still a businessman. I insist on being paid appropriately for it. I'm slowly turning into a different type of voice here. Sounds good. Give Mason my best. It'll be worth it if I get some good buzz for my store. Hey, I got SP for that. Yippee! A truck carrying heavy cargo, huh? Well, I mean, Lawnport is a harbor city. It's not really unusual to see trucks that big every now and then. But actually, now that I think about it, I do remember seeing a large Red Star truck headed for the harbor district around the time you mentioned. And you haven't noticed any changes in the area lately, have you? Any workers you haven't seen before renting out storage space or boats? Nah, can't say that I have. Oh, but maybe. Something jogged your memory. Well, you remember the war house where there... The war house? Jeez, I hope there isn't one of those. Where there was a murder about half a year ago? Ah, shit. After that happened, most people around here didn't want a thing to do with it. But just recently, one of my clients, a guy named Lai Han, said his company decided to start renting it. I heard they stopped using it, though. I was wondering if maybe something had happened. Oh, that warehouse. I guess it makes sense people would be avoiding the place. In fact, somebody wanted to rent it all. It smells pretty fishy to me. It's also more than big enough to hide not just the car, but the truck carrying it, too. Looks like the harbor's our only lead right now. Let's go see what we can find. Man, of all the places, why not to be there? Okay, but also, if we have to go there for something, then let's just save it. Let's finish off what we got over here, shall we? They got me out here fishing, doing what I love best. You already know. Yeah, give me that crab.
Not bad.
Got by Aaron Way, the Carmine crab. Got what we need. Hey, you weren't the one that did it. Why the hell are you trying to steal my hard-earned work? Shut it. It's for the client anyway. Looks like we caught ourselves a big one, though.
Not sure what Wuhan's planning to make with it, but he shouldn't have any complaints about a crab this big.
I suppose we would move on to the next item. What the fuck? That text is almost going off screen. Everything prepared. Oh, thank God. I didn't have to manually go back to everyone.
It's all part of the job.
Now we're ready. Rose Fraud. Here's a... Yeah, here we go. Ay.
Hyped it up so much, I'm sure it won't disappoint. Sounds like you've got plenty to look forward to, at least. Anyway, let's wait here until the time for the event to start.
And yada 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 yada. Here the others come by. It looks like the participants are filing in. No, those are the judges.
Yeah, information on both hosting duty and participating. They had to call in some impartial third-party judges. Usually, the judges are non-participating shop owners. Folks from the Chamber of Commerce. You know, stuffy people like that.
Gulp. I guess it's time for the battle to begin.
Yeah, still a bit before they get started, though. I'm gonna step away for a minute. Might not be back in time for the opening ceremony, but you guys have a good time without me. Huh? Thought you wanted to make sure the competition went smoothly.
But I was so excited for us all to watch together.
It's no big deal. Just something I want to look into real quick. I'll be back as soon as I can.
I wonder what's wrong.
It's not like it's the first time he's gone off on his own. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Classic van. A bunch of people that I don't want to make voices for. Yippee! Van sure has taken his time. I know he said he might not be back in time for the opening ceremony, but...
Hey, see that guy in the end over there? He's now the head chef from Tao Yuan.
Looks kind of grouchy. I'm surprised they'd send him an invitation given the situation.
Maybe that's what Van's looking into right now. Well, we can worry about that later. Looks like the show's about to get started. Red crab dish, eh? It's quite expensive looking dinner if anyone grab a hit.
Looks good though. Nice steamed crab. Nom nom. Why are you eating that with chopsticks? Making me hungry. Did a really good job at that red crab.
Guess old man Wuhan's capable of some pretty fancy stuff when he puts his mind to it. It was quite excellent. You can really taste how fresh crab is.
Still, as excellent as the ingredients may be, I think it is lacking a little something.
Yeah, you put it in somebody that grows draw the flavor.
Yeah, even in a soup. I'm being told it's exquisite. Yes, it tastes quite good, yes. Impressive. That certainly seems like a dish worthy of Hawaiian. Hawaiian. I don't know.
Yeah, the food draws from the elements of Lanlai's cuisine and other Far Eastern places. You can tell a lot of care when in making them. Well, I usually prefer my food Lanport style. I do get in the mood for stuff like that every now and then. Oh wait.
There's a bitterness and odor to it, unlike some herbs used in Eastern medicine. But the way it's blended together in terms of taste and aroma are top class. Also praised by the Lona fruit. This jade dragon's eye, isn't it? It proves an excellent accent to the flavor. Looks like you're next, Jojo. I haven't recently, but I'm sure you're doing all right.
Okay, wait, actually, I went over that one a bit too fast. Hold on. Abalons on a thick glaze. Ooh.
I commend you for using that high quality seafood. I just would like to nothing less from the edge than to remind establishment.
I'm just doing shit. That's a Lai family's restaurant for you. Just rich enough to have bad taste. Also, what the genuine fuck is going on with that guy's voice? God.
It seems as though the judges are responding quite favorably to it, though.
You can tell? They all sound like they're dying.
That was excellent. You certainly made the most of his ingredients.
Yes, I agree. It feels like a very tried and true approach. My sister. Bao Shunji. God, stop making such a good-looking food. Ah. I've heard much about you, Mason. I'm impressed that you revealed the rare of tasty show to at such a young age.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Skittles you developed from your young age, from your age, like at the Kowloon Hotel.
It's finally Mason's turn. The fan's still not back. Yeah, I should have at least been here for her presentation. Especially considering she's using that Laojiao we obtained for her.
Oh my, this is fantastic. The very fragrances combined from such a delicate taste. All while preserving the delicate flavor of the chicken from itself. It's marvelous work.
There's a leader on like an old topic right all about the wine you in the chicken in. I take the birds right by the colors and will spread us puzzle leaders of my balance. But in the right wine, but there's an idea about engaged by the Pendago about the boat. Jesus Christ, never have me voice that guy again.
That famous wine. I see, now I understand why the taste was so familiar. It makes it all the more regrettable that the brewery closed down some time ago.
Yes, I would love to make it a resurgence someday. Good job, sis. Yippee-ki-yay. Oh, I was on high speed the whole time. The Millennium Duck. The seasoning is sure to hold up even with turning. This dish has been so popular lately. Let's give it a taste then. Elmo likes this. It's hard to describe, but it's completely captivating.
With this flavor and aroma, it's like I can't stop myself. I've never had anything like it.
In your first time having experienced like this, how did you prepare such a delightful concoction?
Let's just say I put a lot of work into my secret ingredient. I feel completely blindsided. It must be even better than I heard. I just wonder. No way! I mean, his food is good and everything, but don't you think they're exaggerating?
Sounds like the winner's been decided already. I'm surprised you managed to reel in all 3 judges.
Hold on a minute. Ah, damn it, looks like I'm too late. Damn right you are. Where you been, man? The cook-off's almost over. Wait, why's Doc Lonkai with you? I told you I had to look into someone, didn't I? This took a little longer than expected. Look, I hate to do this in the middle of such a big event, but there's a problem with Meng Xiao's cooking.
Not only are you interrupting the competition, but now you're trying to slander me.
It ain't slander. I kept some of the food we brought from you in some containers. I had Dr. Lonkai examine some of it for me, and boy, that sure is one hell of a secret ingredient you got there. Put cocaine in here. One of the so-called spices we found in this Millennium Duck is Liao Cow. My medicinal herb compendium listed as a hallucinogen, one of pleasurable but addictive side effects. These days it's considered to be quite the rarity. I'm curious how you managed to come upon so much of it. What shall we do? We're going to be okay. Fortunately, it's not so toxic as to directly affect the body unless routinely ingested. It can be counteracted through treatment from most practitioners of Eastern medicine, including myself. There's no need for panic. But the fact remains that this guy deceived everyone into eating his drugged food.
That explains why I felt so weird when I tried it earlier.
You bastard. You had us to go and pull off something like this on the top of all the other crap we've been dealing with from Hayway.
How horrible. You're a disgrace to all chefs.
No, you didn't deserve to carry that title.
But how did he manage to supply himself with so much of such a rare herb? His prices were rather low too.
That's right. How would I even get my hands on this stuff in the first place? I've only tested one batch, and who's to say somebody didn't plan it to make me look bad?
True. I guess it would be pretty difficult for you if you gather a stock of something so uncommon. If you were working alone, that is. What if someone with access to it was working behind the scenes to help you out? See, someone who's been sabotaging the other businesses, and the only place is unaffected. What the hell? Why'd you go on? The food truck in Taiyuan restaurant. But compared to you, Taiyuan doesn't have much of a motive. I see. Practically everyone in Lawnport's got their eye on the Lai family right now. Something like this would be the final nail in their coffin. But you, on the other hand, had the perfect motive for getting your hands on those herbs, and for finding something to get them from someone to get them from you. Or for you. Yeah, and to make sure his collaborator wouldn't lose face, he had to be sure that he'd win. That's why I started messing with the other restaurants. That about sum it up, Meng Xiao? I don't know what you're talking about. You're just out to get me. I would never vandalize Horen or Laofo Fandian. I mean... That's odd. I didn't say anything about anyone being vandalized. You sure seem awfully knowledgeable about it, though.
Just give yourself up already. There's no getting out of it now.
With this much evidence, we won't even need to get Heiwei involved.
Care to tell us about how you procured those herbs?
Looks like the jig's up. Oh, we're gonna explain this to him.
Alright, get out of here. Freaking nerd.
Nerd.
Conclude the deliberation, vertical and weird.
We do. The dish that shone best and brightest among all those we sampled this evening.
I wonder who?
Was that of Laofo Fandian's very own mission.
Really? I'm honored. Way to go, Meishin. Yeah, and we decided it was your use of the Lao Zhu that would truly won us over. Thank you so much. I promise to keep you aiming for even greater heights. It's what my father would have wanted.
Who would have thought that wine would end up being the deciding factor?
I guess it was worth the effort after all. Alright, participants have learned a few things about the cooking and headed back to their respective businesses. Yay! And everyone's happy, besides the guy who got caught. Oh boy. Nah, that was the last little push to put you over the edge. Even without the wine, you'd have been getting nothing but rave reviews. Your skill's the real deal. Be that as it may, it was only because of you that Meng Xiao was exposed for what he really did.
Yeah, Dr. Lon Kai said it's a good thing you stopped him when you did. He caught it right before his regular customers would have started getting sick from the stuff. He said they should be fine if they can go without it for about a week.
I'm surprised you realized something was off. I definitely thought it was odd how strongly people were reacting to his food, but I never imagined.
Yeah, that was part of it. But the thing that really tipped me off was the fact that he was avoiding serving people with a knowledge of medicine. Remember what Father Hossein over at the temple told us? He said that when he went over to give the dish a try, they told him that they were fresh out. Yet, when we were there, he made it sound like he had more than enough to go around. He didn't seem the least bit worried about meeting demand. Felt like a pretty unlikely coincidence to me, so I figured I should look into it. Yeah, the timing on that was just a little too perfect. By the way, you mentioned that drug he was using is pretty rare. Ever figure out how he got the stuff?
I accessed our databases, but I haven't been able to determine a possible access channel. According to the police, even Meng Xiao didn't know much about his collaborator's origin.
So in other words, he was probably being used. The only question is, what would someone have to gain from having a cook feed hallucinogens to the general public? He said it. The only thing I can think of is that they were using it as some sort of test. Maybe it's to see how far they could push the law while keeping them under the radar. Jig is up, yada yada.
Van?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Anyway, I think that ought to take care of your request for now. We've got other business to attend to, so we'll catch you later.
Finally done! Good lord, that was a long one. That one felt like it took for fucking ever. Maybe it's just because I'm not feeling too well.
Welcome to Laifu Fandian.
Alright, we're down there. And now all we have is stuff in the Harbor District. Well, and probably returning this side quest, but hey. Got a few things here. We got red, blue, and green. Guess we'll deal with this first. Wonder what happened? Blah, blah, blah.
Something I can help you with. Yes, that's right. My understanding is that they found some kind of issue related to last year's incident. Yesterday, someone from the security company oversees the harbor showed up and said they'd be taken over temporarily. And yet...
Yet? Did something else happen?
Well, I came by here just a minute ago to take a look. It seems like somebody else has been making use of it. That shouldn't happen if the security company is keeping it under lock and key, though.
That is pretty suspicious. I hate to ask, but would you mind letting us take a peek?
That's fine. To be honest, I was just sitting here wondering whether I should take a look myself. If we can learn something from it, I don't see the harm.
Okay. Let's see here.
Heh, knew it. Guessing that's not your company's truck, right?
Definitely not. Who in the world brought this thing in here? What's the security company up to?
Let's hope the dragon chariot's still in there. Oh, you know it won't be. Would be way too easy. Yep, completely empty.
That's about what I expected. Must have been a temporary storage location for them along the way. Probably realized how likely it was for the police to check the warehouse. They picked this location as a decoy.
I just attempted to access the server of the security firm that controls this area. However, there's no record of any new issues being found with this particular warehouse, nor is there record of them taking temporary custody over it. It seems likely that security personnel that informed you of the supposed issue was an imposter.
I can't believe they managed to pull one over on me in such a simple disguise. I feel so foolish.
Oh, kinda sounds like someone about him stood out to you.
Well, you see, I couldn't help but notice his hair was a rather striking shade of green. Giving me a bit of a startle, honestly.
Green hair, huh? That means he'll stand out in the crowd. Definitely more than us. More than my blue hair, Rosette's light blue hair, Van's also blue hair, and Aaron's red hair.
At any rate, looks like the thief brought the chariot to the harbor in this truck and then transferred it to some other vehicle. Whether it was another truck or a boat remains to be seen, though. Let's ask around and see if we pick up on their trail.
Out we go. Yet more within the same district. Huzzah! Irk. Oh, wait. Topic.
Let me ask
Suspicious cargo. Heavy cargo. Might tell us what it looked like. Man, middle-aged Navy type, a little bit of a beard. I think it was an officer, lieutenant colonel. Navy to be renting a civilian boat, but I didn't really think much of it. I mean, we got all kinds. An orbital sail. Those are vessels with orbital engines that propel themselves more easily than a regular sailboat. Those engines are only auxiliary, however, as they don't provide much in the way of horsepower. That being said, if the barge is small enough to carry a single vehicle, the engine may just be sufficient enough to tow it. This Navy guy sounds like he's their target. Did the boat already leave?
Yes, I barely taken my eyes off of them for a second before they were gone. It sounds like there's more going on here than I thought. Should I not have rented out the equipment? Nah, you've got nothing to worry about. Anyway, I think we got a pretty idea for the scale of the scheme now. Sort out the info. At least now we know the entire sequence of events. Sum it up, we have people moving into the culprits, bringing in the truck and the thiever, moving into the warehouse, then renting a boat with a barge. At every location, they were disguised to look like people, like someone who could feasibly have business there.
But we were given two descriptions. A young guy with green hair dressed like a security guard, and a middle-aged Navy officer. Red Star employee looked like. We know they were all different people in disguise. I have heard there's a phantom thief capable of mimicking the likeness of various people, and by himself no less. Although he seems to be an isolated case, we should be careful not to discount the possibility it's the work of a single individual.
That's true.
Yeah, we haven't really gotten any of Blue Blonde in this game, have we? I think it's easier to say multiple.
I got a feeling we're dealing with multiple culprits here. I mean, if it's really just one guy, there wouldn't be any point in making it all so complicated, right? They're probably only handing off the car to one another in disguise so they'd be harder to track down. Makes sense to me. So, who's behind it? Figured everything out already, haven't you? Well, the first people to come to mind are... shit. Mafia looking to get a hit on Hayway. Fuck. Nope. Am I losing? Whatever. I don't care. Just get me out. Might just be a small group of amateur thieves. If a bigger organization was involved, they would have had to put together a plan with a higher chance of success. These guys prepped the warehouse and boat right before committing the crime, which makes me think there wasn't a whole lot of brainpower involved. I mean, regardless of speculation, though, they did still manage to get away with it.
I agree. Looking at the plan, it seems a bit rushed and simplistic. It was put together very haphazardly. They seem to have only succeeded by being well coordinated and light on their feet. I must say, it also seems unlikely that the visit from the revenue service had anything to do with them.
Yeah, that was a little too convenient for my liking, but it's probably not as relevant as we thought. Let's go back to what we know about these guys again. Capable of rudimentary disguise, trust each other, operate as a small unit, and work fast. You guys also remember a certain threesome that fit the bill. You mean those guys we dealt with in Tharbad last year?
Oh my god. The Devency brothers. This incident certainly does seem to fit their MO. No way. Those idiots again? And according to a recent search, it seems they managed to break out of jail just a few weeks ago. It's still unclear how they escaped, but it's likely they had outside assistance.
Well, that settles that. All we gotta do now is hunt them down. You know where they went, don't you? Must have taken the Dragget to Area 2. Offshore smuggling vessel. Heilong Shenje.
I'd say the eroded cave, right? Fuck.
I'd say the eroded cave. They ran an orbital and a barge. Their destination can't be too far from the harbor. The water level around the eroded cave changes pretty frequently, and the topography around there ain't exactly conducive to driving.
Fuck! Whatever, just some random shit. Okay, fuck you then. Yeah, last one. Fuck you. That thing's farther off coast, isn't it? Isn't that place supposed to be farther off coast than the eroded cave?
Most people tend to keep their distance from that place. Just close enough to get on with the whatever. Shit, that's the last place I wanted to go. Makes sense, though. There's a reason Armada used it for their hideout. Practically screams, hey, hide your stolen shit here, dude.
What do you think they're doing with it all the way over there? If they wanted to sell it off, you'd have to load it up and take it somewhere else, wouldn't they?
That's what I thought. That's why I thought Heilong Shenje gave off more of a stench than the eroded cave.
Whatever. Small path that links up to the main highway. There is?
I mean, the place was used for mining after all. Makes sense they'd have to make a few roads for transportation. Gotta be long abandoned by now, though.
If they disguise the dragon chariots somehow, while they have it on Heilong Shenje, they would have no issue taking it on land from there.
It's pretty much the long and short of it, yeah. Damn, they sure picked a hell of a target right after getting out of the slammer. What are we waiting for? Let's get our asses over to Heilong Shenje.
Whatever. Alright, well. Okay, I got 1 SP. The game did not like that, though. So I'm gonna have to reload. Yippee! Let's see, what time is it? Oh, it's not gonna give me shit, is it? It's gonna be after, isn't it? Oh, this game fucking sucks. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna have to reload for that, actually. Oh, there's stuff here. Apparently I haven't been scanning this area. Okay, I have to reload anyways. I'll be back. Alright, now that we're here, I feel like that side quest is still gonna take me a bit, and I don't want to deal with it, so we're doing main plot. Fuck it.
The mechs have been delivered. The combat drill will proceed as scheduled.
Oh, great. Mr. Fraud Sim himself.
Very good. This will be the first drill since we were officially deployed. I fully expect you to
Oh wait, it's
provide me with some
Cronkite.
excellent data.
Oh shit.
Of course. We will try to meet your expectations, sir.
Kasim! Hello, Mirabelle. It's very nice to see you again.
What are they doing with the Navy? And is that the Basel professor?
Got three decently large
Greetings,
names here.
Farida. I had heard you were in the city. And it's been some time since our last encounter, Van.
Been a bit, yeah. Haven't seen you since the end of last year. I heard you went back to your hometown, like your little sis.
He always comes home for our New Year's festival. Though I didn't expect to run into you again so soon.
Nor did I. Perhaps it is the will of Arusha and the flames.
And it's good to see you too, Mirabelle. Been a while since you and I met face to face.
Yeah, well, I call you up a lot for our Merian Garten work, so it
Merian.
doesn't feel like it's been that long.
Oh, it's Merian. That's the first time that I've actually heard it spoken aloud.
But I'll bet you anything Rosette
Actually.
was as giddy as a schoolgirl to see you again.
I was quite happy, yes. Thank you for facilitating my return to Arkwright Solutions. I'm in your debt once more.
Aw, don't mention it, girl. Just treat me to a coffee as usual, and we'll be square.
She's so chill.
I'm guessing the redhead is Erin Way, and you must be the chief's adorable little sister. Thanks a bundle for always having Rosette's back. You guys are the best.
Aw, thanks.
The pleasure's all ours.
Damn. The two of you couldn't be any less alike if you tried.
Yes, we get that a lot.
We meet again, Spriggan. I'm curious as to what brings you here to Longport. I heard all about what transpired in Messeldom. You and Katra had quite the fascinating little excursion by the sound of things.
Wasn't as big as what happened in Edith.
Word sure does travel fast these days.
Hey, Cronkite. Been a minute.
Let's move to a better spot. Then you can regale me with the finer details.
Yeah, let us fade off screen so everything can be said before we go back to the topic at hand. Got it. So they're finally starting to deploy all of those fancy new armaments. Guess that explains why Marduk's here. They're helping get those assault frames field ready, right?
It's been several years since the Empire's Panzer Soldats were first developed, but it's taken the Republic until now to make a similar weapon. Marduk and Vern have been working together, with our security division taking the lead on conducting training exercises at each location. The Navy's thinking about developing some with enhanced waterproofing too. And since Professor Cronkite here is one of the developers, he came along as a consultant. They can be used in naval combat? That's so cool!
Cool isn't the word I'd use. It's freaking scary. Military's getting real strong real fast. I'd do anything to figure out what the president guy's up to. This country's arming itself to the teeth and I don't like it.
Same, dude. Like, I thought we were done with the wars after the Great Twilight, but it seems like we're gearing up for another one.
At least it doesn't seem like he's trying to go the route the Empire did.
And maybe. Hard to tell from this far out. Man who knows. Or at least knows something, I guess. Anyway, that Olmada's legacy matter sounds fascinating. Whether it's connected to the unfolding conflicts in this city or not, I can't be certain. However, it likely bears some relation to your risk management AI's recent assessment, don't you think?
Yes, I agree.
Oh yeah, that's the thing Rosette's employer uses, right?
Correct. It's a high-performance AI system used for crisis management. We have it installed on the main terminal at Marduk HQ. It collates and consolidates data on people, geography, history, and economy, and then calculates the danger levels of a targeted area or the threat levels of an entity or organization.
Yep, it's basically the cornerstone of Marduk Total Security Company's main line of business. I was saying that like one word at a time for that. What's puzzling is the AI assigned Lawnport the red zone label,
which is code for especially dicey. And get this, the reason it gave? Unknown. First the Machian got in hijacking, now this. Small wonder that the system admin's on pins and needles. I had assumed it was simply a bug in the program, but evidently Mr. Thorndyke didn't agree.
Who? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that slime ball.
Yeah, he hasn't really done much besides sit there.
That's so. Guessing he sent you and Qasim's unit here to find out what's going on.
Yes, that's right. And as luck would have it, you happened to arrive at the same time. I wish to assess the situation from a new perspective, so I applied for a transfer to Arkwright Solutions and it was readily approved.
Gotcha. Well, it works out for us having you here. What's the real reason behind the danger assessment? The only thing I can think of is the beast. At present, we have no intention of meddling in the affairs of the city. However, we may reassess our stance depending on the circumstances. Nothing that transpires here will impact me or my work, so I have no obligation to help you. That said, if you come to me with something that aligns with my interests, I will at the very least consider offering some advice. You got a stethoscope shoved up your ass, Doc? Okay, well, if we end up needing your guys' help, I'll shoot you a message.
Would you mind if we kept in touch during your stay, Mirabelle? That's what friends do, ain't it? Give me a ring anytime. Just don't go slacking off in your Machian garden floor cleaning duties, alright? Understood.
There we go.
Oh, Qasim, good luck with that training exercise. I'm gonna give it my all, too.
As you should. Show us all what you gained from playing the role of the priestess at the New Year's festival.
Right.
Okay.
Just a few words there. Alright, think we've learned all we can from walking around the city.
There are a lot of powerful people here, my brother included. There's also the Divine Blade of Silver and the Golden Butterfly, both of whom are maximum level threats.
Well, true. But I don't know. I mean, they're supposed to say that Qasim's a fucking step above them, but whatever.
There must be some reason for them coming here now of all times.
Not that I trust that. You know, we know that Qasim and she's in a apparently battle in the opening. So I guess they're gonna come to a head, and gosh knows who I'm gonna be rooting for.
Didn't they say it labeled Lawnport as a res zone? That's a little worrying, isn't it?
But what's more worrying is that we aren't really any closer to finding the people who framed Fawn and poisoned Gian.
Not necessarily.
Huh? What do you mean, not necessarily?
The flower petal's a clue for starters. She said she picked it up at that high-class restaurant over in the second ward. I thought it looked familiar. We picked some flowers to that kind of petal during our last trip to Lawnport, right? Yep, and those flowers are spring lilies. They're used at mass and during funerals. It's a rare plant that can only be found offshore at the eroded cave.
Oh yeah, we went there on our last trip.
This petal's still fresh. Must have fallen off fairly recently. The only people who would have been at the restaurant the last couple of days would have been the remnants of the Lai family. And the Liu family members charged with handling the aftermath.
Ah! If we assume the petal stuck to either the clothes or the shoes of one of Heiwei's members, then that begs the question, why were they coming and going from the cave in the first place?
Somehow I can't picture Fawn and Gian strolling the eroded cave picking flowers, even forgetting the fact they're out of action. Okay, I think we know our next move. Yeah, we gotta rent a boat in the first ward and head to the cave. No time like the present, let's go.
Okay. Guess we've got our next task at hand, don't we?
At the beginning of the year, I was approached by Marduk to act as an advisor on this case. Ever since I left campus last year, most of my energy has been focused on a rather specific project.
Oh, do tell.
It's looking like it will be completed in only a short manner, however, so I decided to lend them a hand.
Wasn't he doing something with the government? Like he was working with President Grahamhart. So it's probably some big deal.
if I had to guess. Tickles me pink getting to meet y'all face to face. Shame it's not the whole crew, though. Still, I've been looking forward to this ever since Rosette told me you'd be coming. It was something I had said in passing during one of our conversations. We enjoy partaking in a bit of chit-chat on occasion. It's nice that you get along so well. Mirabelle is technically my senior at the company, but she insists that we maintain a cheerful and friendly atmosphere with one another. That's right. In fact, that's exactly what I said on her very first day with us. You see, I provide a number of support functions as a concierge, and train the new hires in one of them. I figure if we're going to be working together, might as well enjoy each other's company, right?
So the maid was a rookie at one point too, huh? When did you first join up with Marduk anyway?
That would have been about 4 years ago now.
4 years. And she was only assigned to me 3 years ago. That means Mirabelle's known her even longer than I have.
Rosette speaks real fondly of y'all, so I've been looking forward to meeting you myself. Sounds like we'll be working together plenty more in the future, though. So, let me know if you need anything, okay? Okay?
You know, I really did kind of strike gold giving her like a southern accent, but it's also kind of funny because her text really hits it like tickled pink and stuff like that is very much like southern phrases.
This is an adequate spot for fishing.
And yet, she doesn't really actually say those. It's just like something that I came up with that just fits. It's kind of just funny in that regard.
Anyways, talk to the fraud. This place has been designated as a red zone. As for why, ever since we arrived, I've been feeling a number of strange auras in the area, although they do seem to be rather weak at the moment. In accordance with our mission parameters, we will remain on alert.
Okay, nerd, whatever you say. Well, I think I've reached a decent enough stopping point for now. I don't really want to go into a million other things right now. So, we mostly did side quests today, and you know, that's to be expected. It's not like every single episode of this LP is gonna have total progress. But that's okay. Next time on Trails Through Daybreak 2, we'll see what's happening at the eroded cave, and also deal with that one last side quest. Thank you very much for watching, and adios, ciao, and bye-bye. Signing off until next time. Ja matane.